Episode 44 of Tomahawk Talk, regular season finale from Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. And the Bravos tonight end the season and the dreams of the Commodores this season by a score of 6-5 in 10 innings. The Commodores went down with a fight, but unfortunately could not surpass the Braves this evening. Normal Tomahawk Talk crew, Liam Sullivan, Kerry Crowley, Troy Lynch, I'm Chris Jones, and Troy, tonight, for really the first time all season, we really saw the power bats out for the Braves. 3 home runs for the Bravos tonight.
When the Braves are hot, boy are they hot, but when they're cold, boy are they cold. I mean, it was just the first inning and the 5th inning. First inning, 2 home runs, two-run home runs, should I say. One by Julks and one by Reid Humphreys. It was incredible tonight. And then one more tacked on by CJ Chatham in the 5th inning. I talked to Joe Lincoln afterwards. I'm not going to spoil the details that he said because his words are more important than mine. But, I mean, everybody just seems to be really comfortable at the plate. I mean, tonight, there wasn't really any pressure on these guys. And they just had smooth swings, saw pitches that they really liked, and they swung as hard as they could, and they got good contact onto the ball. And what do you know? Most of them went over the left center field fence. So it's just a good all-around night for the Braves. I mean, Garzilla also had a great night himself. He had 2 doubles, so you don't see that every single night, and he had 5 appearances. So everybody, almost everybody did well tonight.
Your words are important to us, Troy.
It's for the viewers.
All right, Kerry. Set the playoff scene because coming into today, it was very cloudy.
From chaos emerges peace. Hyannis, the #1 overall seed, we knew that. Bourne, the #2 overall seed in the West, we knew that. Heading into this evening, Katuitt or Wareham, the winner of that game was going to be #3. The loser would have gone home if the Commodores were able to somehow beat the Braves tonight. But they weren't able to do so. So Wareham ends up winning 7-4, expends Ian Hamilton and Evan Hill to do so tonight on the hill for the Gatemen. So they're the #3 seed. The Kettleers, with a loss, sneak into the #4 seed. So that'll give Jack Anderson at least 2 more days to pitch this summer. And so tomorrow night, 6 p.m. at Durham Park, the West Division semifinals begin. #2 Bourne, #3 Wareham. The geographic rivalry, it doesn't get any better.
Liam, how does this matchup stack up for you? Obviously, the Gatemen really dominated the Braves at the beginning of the season, but the last couple of meetings, the Braves have gotten the better of the Gatemen.
Yeah, I mean, one matchup in particular stands out, Grant Dyer. He's been phenomenal on the mound for the Gatemen this year, but in the last 2 appearances he's made, the Braves have seen him, and they've hit him pretty well. He's been really good out of the bullpen for the Gatemen, and they've hit him pretty well, and I think that's going to continue to be the case with the entire Gatemen pitching staff. This Braves offense is really, really hot right now, rolling on all cylinders, and the Gatemen are a familiar matchup. We've seen them a bunch of times. The Gatemen had no problem their first couple times through the Braves lineup. But now that there's a little bit more familiarity, I think that this offense that's peaking at the right time isn't going to have any problem putting up some runs against what is one of the best staffs in the league. To go to the other side of the ball, Kalika, Kisner, that offense is really good. So we're going to have to see what the Braves pitching staff can do. Cody Sedlock on the mound for Game 1. He is electric, folks, and I think we're going to see a big Game 1 out of Sedlock.
The Gatemen don't necessarily have an ace going tomorrow. The Braves do. And Troy talked to one of our other aces, Joe Lincoln, after the game.
Well, the Bourne Braves win it 6-5 in a 10-inning thriller. Coach, this game was pretty much meaningless to you guys. You guys already locked up 2nd place, already in the playoffs, but you put in all your starters at the end of the game. Why was that?
Well, it was a big game for them. Falmouth would have won, they would have gotten the playoffs. And, you come to the yard every single day, you're going to try to win. So regardless of the situation, first game of the year, last game of the year, we already had a playoff spot locked up. We're able to rest some guys, they didn't have to play the whole game, but at the end of the day, you still want to win the ball game.
You guys hit 3 home runs tonight. You're the hitting coach. What have you been telling these guys? What have you been working on that made them so dominant tonight?
Just, what we've been doing the last, month or so. We've been, getting early work done in the cages, having good BP, putting together better at-bats. And you can tell over the last, 5-6 games, we're starting to get more hits, more timely hits. And I feel like, the work's starting to pay off, and it's paying off at the right time. We're starting to play our best baseball, offensively that we've played all year, right at the right time, right going into the playoffs. So, we just keep sticking to our approach and not trying to do too much. Things are going to be all right.
CJ Chatham's been a big part of your guys' success. He had his first home run tonight, and just the other game, he made you guys come back against Wareham 5-4. I mean, what have you been talking with him? What have you been trying to improve in his game?
Well, we're getting to see the real CJ Chatham. I mean, if you remember when he was hurt early in the year, he had to take some time off, took almost 2 weeks off, where a week he didn't get a swing of bat. So then he had to get back into a flow of things, and you're facing the best pitch in the country out here. And so we're finally really getting to see how good CJ Chatham really is. He's come up with a lot of big hits, and I think he's going to do well for us in the playoffs. We're looking forward to him keep swinging it and playing some short for us, and him keep playing well.
5 runs off of 3 home runs. Joe Lincoln, the hitting coach for the Bourne Braves, and it seemed to pay off. Coach, thank you very much for joining me, and we'll send it back to Tomahawk Talk.
All right, folks, favorite segment, players of the game. We'll try and go quickly here. Liam, your player of the game.
Reid Humphreys. Humphreys goes 3 for 4, has a home run in this one, a couple RBIs, scores a couple runs. Big late. It seems like Humphreys doesn't shy away from the spotlight, has a couple big at-bats late in the game, and a big part of the Braves getting the win tonight.
KOCrowley.com.
Cooper Ferris, the Wareham Gateman manager, for getting the Gateman into the playoffs, winning when it mattered the most. Kettleers couldn't win tonight. They got lucky. They got helped by Bourne. Cooper Ferris went out tonight, and Carpe Diem, his squad seized the day. And we get to see Wareham one more time. And I think it's a win for all of us that we'll be going to Spillane Field on Tuesday night.
Well, Kerry, and it's also a player of the game for the Braves because he did expend a couple of arms tonight that are going to be big.
Exactly. There we go.
Troy, player of the game?
CJ Chatham, for me, had the solo home run in the 5th. That was his first one of the season. Came up big. The Braves needed some insurance run. They couldn't really get anything going. And CJ Chatham, he's been so close so many times this season. I mean, he almost hit one when his return the last time he was at Gov Fuller Field. But tonight, gets one way over the left center field fence, and it was a good night for CJ Chatham, and he's been electric, a big part of the Braves' success the past few days, that 2 RBI double over Wareham to help them get the win.
My player of the game, the Cape Cod League. Tonight was just chaotic. 6 teams were trying to get into the playoffs tonight. 4 of them did so. 2 are headed home. It was just a great night here. Game number 44 across the league, and a great regular season.
Apologies to the family of Reid Humphreys, who had a 3-hit night, and he boosted his batting average probably closer to 260.
I
chose Reid?
I chose Reid.
Exactly. Second time this season that I've done that to Liam.
Maybe apologies to
Hey,
apologies to the Liam Sullivan family. I know you. I love you. Shared a great meal of pasta with you earlier this summer, so thank you.
I'd apologize to the Mike Garzillo family. A couple doubles tonight. That will wrap it up for us. Wrap up the regular season. Tomorrow, 6 p.m., playoffs at Doran Park. Be there here at Tomahawk Talk.